News Channel 13, live at 11, begins right now.
You're the governor, not an emperor. The last steamroller that came through here didn't last too long. You can get elected without us, but you're not governing without us.
Tonight's top story, state workers gear up for a battle to save their jobs. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Kumi Tucker. CSEA President Danny Donahue came out tonight with both barrels blasting, and there was no mistaking who he has in the crosshairs. Reporter Dan Levy joins us live with the exclusive details of the state's largest union fighting back against massive layoffs. Dan.
Comey, perhaps it was fitting that Danny Donahue was taking in the Albany Devils hockey game tonight, because there's no question he's an angry man, and so what better place to show the governor and the governor-elect he has both gloves off. The oddity was that one day after hundreds of state workers were told they're being terminated at the end of the year, that's the night the local hockey team pays tribute to state labor unions.
We're being recognized tonight by the Devils, and yet the governor is saying he wants to recognize us by putting people in the street. That's ridiculous.
Something that really seems to boil the blood of Donahue was a New York Times article this week that reports incoming Governor Andrew Cuomo is raising as much as $10 million to essentially fight the labor unions.
He said he wanted to come in and make things, to change things. We wanted to help him. We want to work with him. You start off by getting a war chest to fight us on it? That's a great way to make friends and influence people.
And Donahue makes it very clear he considers the war chest issue an insult to every public employee. He's vowing to fight for every worker who lost a job, and he intends to convince the public who's to blame when things go wrong.
Somewhere somebody's going to pay for all of this. And I believe the governor is responsible for the first person in a mental hospital that's not being treated well, for the first person on a highway who gets hurt because there's not enough snowplow drivers. When those things happen, don't look at my members. They're out there doing the job. It's the governor and the politicians that'll back him on this. Yes, there will be a fight. The fight is to maintain those services that New York State is paying for and wants.
Governor David Paterson has maintained that the nearly 900 layoff notifications that began yesterday are needed to reach $250 million in savings. Union leaders, of course, including Donahue, say the savings are minimal in light of a $9 billion budget deficit. Reporting live, Dan Levy, News Channel 13.
All right, thank you, Dan.